Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. I haven't recorded in a little bit. I've been doing some stuff off camera though. I've been leveling up my jobs even further because I can just do my roulette daily with Lynn and just level them up that way. It's honestly easier for in the future because then I would never run into problems where my level would be too low for anything. So, and any like significant content's gonna be item synced, like level synced anyway, so. Anyway, another thing I did is raise all of the beast tribes to the next level, so I can now go and do the quest for them. So that is what we are going to be doing today. Fortune is with us, honored ally. A Brotherhood scout has chanced upon a convocation of our hated foe, the Flamefangs, and surreptitiously learned of their insidious scheming. They plan to pull the strings of their tempered puppets and orchestrate another kidnapping raid. It is the intelligence provided by these tempered spies that afford the Flamefangs such a wealth of victims. This cannot be allowed to continue. We must gouge out their hidden eyes and blind them to the movements of their prey. You are no stranger to Little Amigo, I trust. Though it appears a haven for travelers and merchants, it is not but a rotting corpse riddled with flame-addled maggots. We are fortunate, then, that you may walk among them unchallenged. Go to Little Amigo, honored ally, and do that which our Amalja soldiers cannot. Root out the tempered, and make it a haven in truth. It's a beast tribe quest. I probably should have recorded this like a lot earlier, but I was sick at some point, so then I couldn't really properly talk without feeling pain of some degree, so now I can just record videos at my leisure. Gisselbird. Also, if you can hear anything in the background, I do have a cat, which I may have said at some point in the earlier videos. So, yeah. At the moment, she's not on my lap, but, like, she's also just zooming around and doing crap, so you may be able to hear a noise or two. What's this? You claim Little Amigo has been infiltrated by tempered agents. I wish I could refute you, but I have had my suspicions. It explains how the Amalja are able to set such well-timed ambushes. With spies inside the settlement, it would be an easy feat to learn the schedules of visiting merchants and the like. Commander, sir, we've just received reports of Amalja kidnappers attacking a caravan of travelers. They're dragging their captives off into Zanrak even as we speak. Again? Oh, damn those blasted lizards. This is the 5th time this moon. Most of my troops are still recovering from the last engagement. Sergeant, I need you to assemble a squad and chase down these kidnappers. Take whoever can swing a blade. Care to lend a hand, adventurer? I have naught but raw recruits for this mission, and your presence may make all the difference. Pray join my soldiers out in the field as soon as you can. After you. And then after this, my friends, it is finally time for some MSQ. Main story. It's been 84 years. Gisselman sent an adventurer to wipe our archers, did he? Well, you're too late. With these soldiers down, his entire unit is in tatters. Bwahahaha. All it took was the right word and the right ear, and away they scrambled. It's like leading lame furbs to slaughter. Or Lamford, whatever. You're one of the newer recruits. You swore an oath to the immortal flames. An oath? Pah, my loyalty belongs to none but the Lord Ifrit himself, and the Flamefangs are generous to those who serve well. The immortal flames of Little Amigo are now not but a walking wounded. The Amalja will be able to raid with abandon, and the soldiers we've captured today will make fine additions to the Lord of the Inferno's army. You're still here? You think to punish me? Oh, that's rich. I have allies lingering nearby, and very soon the main company of the Flamefangs will be arriving to take possession of the spoils. If you lay a hand on me, you'll be making some very powerful enemies. I'm still gonna kick your ass. You can't be serious. Flamefangs, to me! I am a high level. Commander, avenge us. How did you? Who are you? This was not supposed to happen. They were meant to detain you until the main company arrived. Surprise! I'm OP. No! Stay away from me! Ooh, nice. Headshot. Well, not really, but... Nice shot. Of the barely dressed Mikote. Lynn, what in the seven hells is going on here? Our net has caught some rare fish indeed. The Brotherhood of Ash, they shamed the Amalja with their petulant refusal to submit to Lord Ifrit's cleansing fire. They are not but ghosts of a fading past, so lacking in strength they resort to consorting with the slave races. You are Zagos Te. And I know of you as well, Lunga. Such an intriguing costume you wear. Have you enlisted in the army of my people? Enough games, lizardmen. Sorry, I need to think for a second. Like, who's talking? What have you done with the captives? I cannot see her speak, so... Those that proved intractable were slaughtered. The Flamefangs do not countenance the rebellion of cattle. The rest are already far beyond your reach, unless of course you intend to assault Zaharak itself. Haha, you civilized people make such endearing squawks and squeals as your hot blood sizzles on the desert sands. Though years have passed, I yet remember your mother and her bleating cries for mercy. Hell's take you, you bastard! I never felt such heat. Is this the extent of the resistance I am to face? Is this the vaunted strength and resolve of the Brotherhood? I wield the unquenchable flames of Lord Ifrit himself, and you seek to extinguish them with a thimbleful of spit? Return to Hamochaga and tell him this. This world has no use for spent ashes. He and his followers shall be scattered before the searing winds of Zanbrak's glorious ascension. Later, me and the boys. Ready to create some tempered people. Me and the boys ready for church. Look at my clean inventory. Also, now I'm thinking about it, I do have a couple more mounts now. So I'm gonna go and do math with it. I managed to get like this thing, and this thing from events. So. Alright. Guess a bet. Godsland, I can scarce believe it. A tempered spy within our ranks. My men, killed or taken. The lizard men wanted more than merchants. They were after the immortal flames from the very beginning. And I all but bloody served them up on a silver platter. I beg of you, adventurer. Save the soldiers that yet live from a fate worse than death. Meanwhile, I'll see what I can do to salvage the titles of my command. Mount roulette, shiny horse. I thank you for your report, honored ally. This Zagos Te you encountered is the fetid maw that drives the Flamefangs. His sole purpose is to bolster the number of tempered. Each new fire-seared slave feeds the inferno of their god's power, and in turn, the flames of Ifrit's altar bless the zealots of Zanrak with unholy strength. The miserable spark of their ambition must be stamped out. Go, honored ally, and break the captives free of their cages. Slay the jailers in the encampment to liberate the keys. Right. Right. Destination. Good day. Goodbye. Pathetic. I just flew right past this search area. Surveying. Surveying. And then I also missed another one. Look at this little sheep. It's a pretty fun mount. Honestly, I like this one. Now we must need to free the people. Free them from their misery. I didn't think I had made my peace with the gods. My thanks. You're freeing me. It was an immortal flame who captured me in the first place. I no longer know whom to trust. Whom to trust. Whom stuff. I'd lose my home to the Empire and then my freedom to the Beastmen. The gods must truly despise me. Rip, mate. I was stretched out on my bedroll, gazing up at the stars, when some bugger bashed me in the noggin. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in a cage. So you happen to know the way to Little Omega? And I'm back with you. Present mirage. This mount was from the latest Christmas event. You have dealt our foe a crippling blow, mighty ally. My warrior's blood sings at the thought of the confusion and devastation you have brought upon to Zaharok. None can be still. What enrages you so? You know damn well what. That was the animal that savaged my mother. I'll tear out his heart and string him up by his entrails. Know yourself, young warrior. You are not yet ready to face the likes of Zagoste. My god. Should you confront your enemy now, you will die a whimpering cursed death. What are you saying, war leader? Is it because I'm Mikote? Will I forever be too weak to match Amaldra's strength? Foolish child. I only say that you lack martial wisdom. You imagine slights where none exist. War leader, Lunga's skin must be avenged. I shall fight at her side. Let us rouse the Brotherhood and smash this flame-fang snake once and for all. No, against their assembled ranks we would but invite our own destruction, and our laws are clear. Lunga, this is a blood vendetta. None may aid you in its resolution. Only to the glory of victory shall the shame of your defeat be expunged. If you've the spirit to rail and curse, then use it to build your strength. For strength is all that will aid you now. Bah! Sands take you all! It is said that the drake will drop its own offspring into a ravine to watch it claw its way up. So it is with the Amata. Reputation up! As you reach friendly. You bet your ass! Let's take a look what your boy has to sell. I think you probably like added mithril stuff. Most likely. And maybe some more dyes. Right. Also, is there anything? Because you also have these things that can exchange into different stuffs. I don't really need anything this. Okay, let me go and check out. How many tiers are there? There's only one more tier, okay. So from friendly and then you go into trusted probably. However, I seem to remember the Ixal have an extended one. Yeah. Rank 7. So it's friendly, then respected, and then sworn. Okay. And then you can do this one over here. There's like a quest that you can unlock after you have done all of them. But that is for the future. Future! Let's go and see what the sylphs are up to, huh? From one of the beast rides up to another. Another thing that you might have also noticed, which I'm not sure if I've explained, every single time you enhance a rank, you get 3 more missions, basically. 3 more quests, like daily quests that you can do. How many points do you have, like, per day? Timers. You can do 12 per day, so... Ah, friendly one. This one would ask a favor. Bumbling one spends all day sleeping on paper stack pillow, yes? So this one thought to put that one to work. This one gives Bumbling one a needle and thread, but Bumbling one pricks fingers and starts screaming and sobbing. This one's head still hurts. So this one finds simpler tasks. Asks Bumbling one to go collect leaves for Nathaxio. Simple, yes, but Bumbling one does not return. This one has had enough of Bumbling one's bumblings, but Nathaxio is concerned. Friendly one should go talk to concerned one. This one is Nathaxio, Leaf Crafter. Walking one is sent by Almoxio, yes? This one is thankful. Almoxio placed a four-eyed one in this one's care. Asked this one to find work that four-eyed one would not bumble. So this one sent four-eyed one in search of leaves of great shelter tree. This one casts see-through spell on four-eyed one for safe return. But day turns to night and that one is nowhere to be seen. This one suspects that four-eyed one is see-through no more, and shakes and shivers behind trees somewhere. Four-eyed one is useless, but does not deserve to die. Please find four-eyed one, friendly one. Ah, friend. Ever a sight for sore eyes you are. I pray forgive me, I was just on my way back from collecting leaves for my dear friend Nathaxio, and I must say I harvested quite a haul when I somehow lost my way. Next thing I knew, my transparency spell had worn off, and that means all those nasty fort critters can see us, yes? What say we return to a little solace, and quickly at that. Friendly one is back so soon. Is chosen one safe and sound? What friendly one only now returns to this one? Saving bumbling one, but moments ago. This cannot be. Friendly one was here moments ago. Told this one that friendly one would go look after. How could this one be so foolish? This one has terrible feeling. Must see elder one at once. Are this one's eyes to be believed? Chosen one's puddling, stolen from this one's care. Brave one steals chosen one from us, but why? Was brave one fooling these ones all along? No. This one thinks grey-haired one needs new spectacles. That's very weird to say. Why I'll be? You never told me you had a twin sister. This one is surrounded by fools. Makes this one's task all the easier. Chosen one. Foolish ones are foolish indeed to try to outwit this one, but worry not, foolish ones. Chosen one's puddling is safe in hands of this one. Ah, the puddling trembles with power. The time of rebirth draws near. Yes, at long last, this one will finally reclaim the forest for these ones. With chosen one's power, these ones will be pushed aside by walking ones no longer. Yes, this one will teach chosen one the way of Almighty One, Lord Rambu. This one will teach chosen one of all those who are enemy to these ones, walking ones, steel ones, treacherous ones. This one will destroy everyone. Muhahahaha. Rip. Ripperoonies. If chosen one is born in Deluxia's care, it is not just these ones who will suffer. Everyone will be in danger. These ones must find chosen one. But where to look? Curses. If only walking one had sent a real smart one instead of bumbling four-eyed one. But this one will think of something. Brave one. Please help defend these ones' home against a touched one's attack. These ones have no one else to turn to. Reputation up! Self-conscious. Estimate. Velveteen, linen, fixed silk. Which is used for... actually some, like... glamour stuff too. Rainbow breeches. Very intriguing indeed. Alright, let us go to the kobolds next. Not the Wolstead. Outer Lanosha. Lanosea. Lanosk, as I used to say. Which was entirely wrong. But oh well. Just a moment I was open to see, I fear ill tidings drift in from Camp Overlook. Zoga and his scurvy crew have been quiet. Too quiet for the commander's liking, if you catch my drift. Your scouts have reason to believe that they've recovered from their recent setback, and are gathering strength for a retaliatory strike. I speak to Commander Blowden himself, but it'd seem he is none too pleased with my efforts on the 789th Order's behalf. If I know the commander, he's far more like to cut an adventurer like yourself some slack. You'll travel to Camp Overlook, you must add, won't you? I guess I will. Oi, Lynn, you haven't happened to see my favourite lieutenant around, have you? I'm afeard dear Skitz was steered us right into the eye of a storm. Her crate might be till sea swallows all, but I wouldn't mind it if it swallowed her first. En route, you've been working with her up until now, right? Good. That means you can help me clean up this mess. Now listen, and listen well. Miss Couch just returned from Agomero. It seems our friend Zoga was so enamored of your little prank that he's united the most powerful orders in the tunnels under his black flag. That's right, scores upon scores of the burgers hall and sulphur, saltpeter, and God knows what else. To all corners of the mountain. Aye, there's no doubt in my mind. The bombs that they brandished the last time were only the start of it. You and Sketswise started this by casting your lot in with the 789th. Now you can get us out of this. Whatever it takes to keep Zoga off our backs until we can bolster our defenses. You can make it happen. You make it happen, understood? Sheep. It's a sheep. Beep, beep, I'm a sheep. Beep, beep, I'm a sheep. So it's as I feared. Zoga's taken the element of Gamera, and is brewing a most nasty sort of revenge. But the commander's right, our fingerprints are all over this mess, so it's our duty to help wipe it up. Yes, we must. Oh, woe is me, misfortune, misery, woe. Please help me, adventurer. Yes, you must. What are you yapping about this time? My beloved Bibi, my dear, my darling, my beloved. She said she would meet me hours ago, but she's nowhere to be found. Nowhere at all. She said she would come by way of the Kobold Lake. If she was caught by Zoga, I shudder to think what would happen. Tremble, shiver, shudder. You must save her. Yes, you must. You spineless coward. She's your girl. Go your bloody self. I'd have better luck squeezing a nail from a stone and talking sense into this one. Let's go, Lynn. Looking for trouble, are you? Yes, you are. Well, get you, slash you, get you. You what, mate? Untying, with my bird as help. Free at last. You are Gigu's adventure friend, yes? Yes, you are. I knew that coward wouldn't have the courage to save me himself. He is useless, hapless, hopeless, useless. So scared was I. Yes, I was petrified. I came to deliver these plans, and the plans, they are gone, missing, vanished, gone. What plans? Why, the plans for Zoga's new furnace. I must find them, or Zoga will punish me. Yes, his wrath knows no bounds. Yoink. Dude's just standing here. Oh no! He's got a knife! Oh, whatever shall I do? Without those plans, I'm as good as dead. Slaughtered, butchered, dead. Detailed instructions and diagrams for constructing a high-performance alchemy furnace. Could it be? Yes, you found them. This is twice you have saved me, adventure. So brave you are. Daring, dauntless, brave. So different from a certain kobold I know. So different from me. Harsh I am to Gigu. Unkind, unfeeling, harsh. But the truth is, I too lack the heart to stand up to Zoga. Yes, I too am a coward. I too am an alchemist, you see. A skilled one. Yes, I am. So, what did Zoga do? He threatened to exile the 175th from Gamera unless I did his dirty work. A furnace he wanted, but not just any furnace. No. A fiery, fearsome, formidable one. A furnace to end all furnaces. I have no wish to serve Zoga. No, none at all. What I truly wish is to be happy with Gigu. Cheerful, content, happy. And yet, I simply cannot stand to see him grovel so. No, I cannot bear it. I am no better. This I know, but Gigu is different. Yes, Gigu is a leader of kobolds. I beg of you, adventurer. Yes, I do. Take this to Gigu, that it might stir his heart. Rouse, shake, stir. If this fails, there's no hope for him. No, none at all. I love this little thing. It's a fun little mound. When you're on land, it turns into a bike, which is so cool. I love that thing. Bibi, my beloved, my fair, my darling, my beloved, will I never gaze upon you again? A letter from Gigu penned in Bibi's charming scrawl. My Bibi, you safe? Oh, joy, glee, happiness, joy. What is this? A letter? What? Threatening my beloved Bibi? This time, Zoga has gone too far. This is unforgivable, inexcusable, unpardonable, unforgivable. I will not take this sitting down. No, no, no. I will take this letter straight to Bago and have him do something immediately. Bibi shall see that I am a kobold of action. Decision, resolve, action. Gigu and the 789th will be a laughingstock no more. No, no, no longer. Well, I suppose some sign of life came out of him as a start. Though it'd have been nice if something that had put the wind in his sails before the poor kobold last got kidnapped. I swear, what she sees in that one. Don't get me wrong now, I've fallen for my share of milksops and cravens in my day. Always hoping they'd make something of themselves. And each time, those self-same hopes were betrayed. I'll tell you the truth, I've had more than my fill of helping the hopeless. And one thing's clear, if Zoga's plot comes to fruition, it won't just be Gegu and his lot that pay the price. I say we cut that big bully down to size, not simply for the kobold's sake, but for our own. Are you with me, Lynn? Yes. You know, when we do the next part of this. Reputation up! Fortune favors the kobold! Yes. Right, cloves, coral butterfly, aldecote horn. Quicksilver, vitriol, beastkin, scalekin, palm ash, marble vine, and some dice. Alright. Next up are the Sahagin. 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 Dum ba dum dum ba bum. The Fish Boys. It's time to send out the big boy. This thing is so comfy to fly around in. My god. They're just in general like comfy to move with. Lynn, I wish to ask a tedious favor of you. There is a task which I must attend, a task that will take me away from the nursery for a time. Thus, I would have you watch over my clutch while I am gone. You need not feed or discipline my spawnlings, Few, Hugh, and Sue have such duties well in hand. The coral tridents concern me. It would be foolish to think our acts of sabotage have escaped their notice, and they surely desire vengeance. Thus far, my presence has been sufficient to deter any such reprisals, but should they learn of my absence... To where do you travel, Clutchfather? What is this task of which you speak? Do not question your elders, Sue. Your duty is to care for your spawn brothers, that and not more. I leave the safety of the nursery to you, Lynn. I will return as soon as I am able. But Clutchfather! Blah 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 blah. I've never known a Clutchfather to leave the nursery in another's care. The fate of our people must hang in the balance. I wish only that he would trust us with the details. Spawnlings we may be, but we have taken our warrior's rights, and yet the Clutchfather would not even describe to us the battles of his youth. Now that I think on it, he has told us almost nothing of himself. We know little of his past, or his part in the old wars. Will you do something for me, Lynn? I want you to find out about this vital task, and learn if there is aught we can do to aid the Clutchfather. Many of our older kin speak of him with reverence and respect. They live scattered, yes, about our territory, the reef of Sending, Reaver Hide, and even one on Moonshade Isle, though you may need one of Pa's elps to carry you there. Perhaps in their stories you might hear the clue we need to solve this mystery. Now, to get them to speak with you, you'll need to show them this shell inscribed with our clutch mark. That should cause the memories to tumble forth of their own accord. The elders do love to reminisce about the old days. Alright. And then we get this cutscene again. I'm just gonna skip this because it's the same as always. Leave me be, Shorewalker. This is my isle. I'm harming no one. A shell inscribed with an insignia that identifies the bearer's affiliation with Nof's clutch. Why do you carry Nof's clutch mark? Has he cast his lot in with the finless ones? But it is too late for Nof. His time ended long ago. Zook is the champion of the spawning grounds now. No other warrior is fit to claim the mantle of the Scarlet She-Devil. Mark my words, he shall rise to greatness on a mountain of Shorewalker bones. That sounds nice. This is a sacred place, Shorewalker. Only the tridents of fallen Zahagan are allowed to impale the reefs of sending. You come at the behest of Nof's clutch. The spawnlings wish to know more of their clutch father, do they? It is odd that they send a Shorewalker, but then many things appear odd to my aged eyes. Listen well, Finless One. Nof was once the undisputed leader of the Coral Tridents, a mighty warrior who thought of naught but the glory and prosperity of his people. You tell his offspring that. You tell them they ought to be proud of their clutch father and his deeds. Why do you bother me, Finnish One? I did not summon any reavers to do my bidding. So, you are the one the others have seen consorting with Nof's clutch. Fortunate for you that all Shorewalkers look the same to us. If you come seeking for your Zahagan friend, I hear Nof has come to parley with Zook in the Serpent's Tongue. I can only guess at the subject of their discussion. Here, take your shell back, Finless One. Back to the nursery. Well then, the other ones have much to say. The Clutch Father once led the Coral Tridents. Incredible. And now you say he goes to meet with the Trident's current leader. You cannot possibly expect to negotiate with those fanatics. The stink of ambush upon the stink of ambush upon this parley reaches me even here. Oh, Clutch Father, that is why you chose to attend the meeting without your spawnlings. You mean to fight those salvagers alone. Finish one. Lyn, I would willingly face battle myself, but I cannot abandon my duty to protect my Clutchmates. It falls to you to ensure this does not end in tragedy. The Clutch Father is meeting with the Coral Tridents in the Serpent's Tongue. You are the only one I can trust to rescue him when the parley turns sour, and you can be sure it will. Off we go. Parley. A parley, please. Yeah. Yeah. Destination. You come alone into our lair, Nof. Your mind is as wilted as your fins, old one. Fair greeting to you too, young Zook. You have no right to call me by that name. I am the Scarlet Sea Devil. Enemies of the Coral Tridents tremble at my coming. You would do well to show some respect. Calm yourself, Zook. I did not come here to trade insults, I only wish to talk. Have you thought about our future, Zook? The future of the Sahagin? Have you seen how our people fade into darkness like the evening sun sinking below the ocean waves? Poetry now, Noff. You have become even more pitiful than I suspected. You were once feared above all, bloodthirsty as a shark, deadly as a ray sting, savage as a sea serpent, a terror of the indigo deep. You were the first Scarlet Sea Devil. Have you forgotten who you truly are? I consigned that title to the deep long ago, along with my heinous past. And that is why your legacy must live on through me. The Coral Tridents will thrust their spears to the very heart of this land and bathe in the gushing blood of the finless ones. If you like the territory in which to spawn, then we shall take it by force. Our offspring will thrive on sand that has drunk the life waters spilled from our enemies. I see my words are wasted on you. Is it so hard to understand, Zook? What is needed right now is diplomacy, not war. Your hubris will doom our spawnlings to live of violence and misery, with the edge of a soldier's blade, the only Circes. The only one doomed here is you. Did you expect me to leave here? Did you expect to leave here alive, Noff? Kill the traitor, rip off his fins, strip away his scales. You said he was weak now, feeble. Cowards, spineless sea dogs. Return to the shallows, Zook. You are not ready for the ocean deep. It is far from over, old one. As the infirmities of age claim your vigor, I shall only grow stronger. We shall see which of us is remembered by history as the true Scarlet Sea Devil. Len, you stood ready to rush to my rescue? I smell Susan in this. I yet think of him as my little spawning, but his instincts are those of a warrior grown. My strength is not diminished so much that I need to cower behind the fins of my offspring. But you have my thanks, all the same. Come, let us return to the nursery. It would not be wise for you to linger here. Alright. I think I'm still gonna go and do the Ixal quest 2. And then I'll call it quits. Well, for this episode in any case. Because the next episode I can start the MSQ. Oh my god. I don't even remember what happens in the MSQ at this point. An explanation is in order, Lynn. Sue? Sue, question mark? I would have you hear this as well. I am listening, Clutch Father. There's much I have kept from the Clutch, but the wreckage of my past cannot stay submerged forever. It is time to tell you my tale. 15 years ago I led the Coral Tridents in countless acts of piracy. Pillage, slaughter, kidnapping, there was no foul deed I did not commit. For the shore walkers of La Noche, I was a nightmare made flesh, a demon from the Indigo Deep, the Scarlet Sea Devil. All those I killed, all the land I seized, I did so for the future of my people. I had not a single shred of doubt that my actions were just. I was as zealous as Zug is now. It is tradition among the Sahagin that our queen, the Indigo Matriarch, rewards a proven warrior with a clutch of her eggs. Such a champion earns the right to become clutch fodder to the spawnlings that hatched. Even among the elites, my victories overshadowed all others. The Matriarch honored me with more than 100 eggs, from which many healthy offspring emerged. My clutch was the envy of the tribe. Never in my arrogance and pride did I expect what was to happen next. I returned to my nursery after a typical campaign of looting ships, only to be greeted by a sight that haunts me to this day. The broken corpses of my spawnlings strewn atop one another in a gruesome mountain of death. This was an act of pure violence. The shorewalkers had trailed me to our island home, and waited patiently for me to leave. Then they put my children to the sword. I wept and howled until it seemed my sanity had fled, and then all at once I understood. The blame for my spawning's grisly fate, it belonged with me. Hate and suffering brings only more of the same. It draws you into a whirling maelstrom of reprisal and retaliation that leads to naught but a soulless abyss. My salvation lay in the few unhatched eggs that had somehow escaped a bloody retribution. I cast away my hollow dreams of glory and focused on raising my surviving sons. You and your spawn brothers, Sue. The Scarlet Sea Devil died that day, and Noff the Clutchfather was born. I am proud of you, Clutchfather. We will stop the Coral Tridents. I promise you, not just for ourselves, but for the clutch mates we left behind. Does it all make sense now, Lyn? The reason I recruited you to our cause? To be truthful, I have never forgiven the Showwalkers for what was done, but I will never let my actions be guided by rage, for that path will not bring us to the peace I desire. No, I would create a legacy worth leaving for my children. Let us continue building that bridge, Lyn. Complete. Reputation up. Killing me softly with this fish. And then let us go to the North Shroud. Shroud. Good. Shroud. Help. Let's go and switch over to my carpenter. My carpenter hater. With the humongous saw. Massive saw. Ta-ta-da-moo. Howdy, Lyn. Construction of the airship proceeds apace. Our beastmen colleagues have even agreed to implement several of my proposals. However inadvertent it was, I must thank you for introducing me to this opportunity. That I should have the chance to contribute to such a revolutionary project is exactly the sort of thing I dreamed of as I pored over countless tomes on aeronautic principle and design. There is, however, one small issue that has arisen to thwart us. In order to properly integrate my innovations, we require certain materials to build a custom engine jointing component, materials that are notoriously difficult to procure. I had hoped it would not come to this, but I must call upon the aid of an acquaintance of mine. Lyn, would you be so kind as to deliver this letter to a gentleman by the name of Coulson? I am certain that he will agree to prepare the materials and keep the entire matter discreet. Now, Coulson is often out and about on company business, but speak with Hida at the airship ticket counter in Gridania, and she will point you towards his latest appointment. My apologies, Lyn. I did not mean to treat you as a lackey, but I prefer to avoid the city for the time being. Right. To New Gridania. I need to do these things to not fall asleep. I'm once again tired, like it's ridiculous. I feel like most of my life I'm just tired. Welcome to the airship landing. I'm sorry, was there aught else I might help you with? You wish to meet with Advisor Coulson, delivering a letter from Totaramu, you say? Surely you don't mean Master Totaramu? You've seen him? Is he hale and unharmed? You must take yourself discreetly, directly to Quiver's Hold. Canstelope will wish to speak with you in person. You will find Advisor Coulson there as well, assisting with the investigation. Swiftly now, please, miss. Uh-oh. Don't even ask me why that happened. It's like a moment of, like, you know, momentary insanity. There we go. I'm sorry, miss, but I cannot assist you at this time. The God Scriver is fully engaged with investigating most important case. Every resource at our disposal has been allocated towards locating Chairman Tatabaru's missing son. Even now the Chairman's chief aide, Advisor Coulson, awaits within Quiver's Hold, no doubt eager to berate the first blow for our lack of progress. Coulson is the person you've come to see. Then I must ask you to mind your words. I can't have you antagonizing the esteemed representative of Highwind Skyways. Yes, I'm Coulson, but it is hardly the time for, a letter for me. Let's have it then, miss. Time is of the essence, you know, especially at my age. Great gods, this is signed by Master Tataramu. How came you by this document? Is the young master well? What's that you say? Ensconced in the company of Ixal, then we've not a moment to lose. Should it cost me my life, I shall see him freed from their ravenous clutches. We'll need to form a rescue party, yes. The finest God Scriver marksmen reinforced by a small army of Skyway retainers. Be brave, Master Tataramu. Those beastmen will soon rue the day they dared lay talons on my young charge. But Tataramu's fine. This no longer concerns you, young miss. We must immediately... Wait, what? You mean to say that Tataramu is safe? He's there of his own free will, building an airship with the Ixal. Wait. Perhaps you must needs begin afresh. As you are obviously aware, my name is Coulson, and I am the Chief Technical Advisor for Highwind Skyways, and aide to Chairman Tatabaru. Pleased to make your acquaintance. What you may not have known is that the man who asked you to deliver this letter is the chairman's only son, and the sole successor to a veritable airship empire. Some few days ago, Master Tataramu accompanied me here to Gridania as part of his continuing education on company practices. Much to my surprise and alarm, however, the young master suddenly disappeared from under my very nose. Well, I was naturally beset by all manner of horrible imaginings. With no ransom demand or other clue to his whereabouts, I had no choice but to task the God Scriver with turning the entire city upside down. Suffice it to say, your news has lifted a terrible weight from my old shoulders. I know not how I would have faced the boy's father had events unfolded otherwise. And yet, the contents of this letter still managed to vex me. Dear Coulson, enclosed is a list of materials I would have you prepare for my companion. I require them for a most exciting project. Fond regards, Tataramu. Not one word of apology or even the slightest hint of contrition. My lectures on the privilege and responsibility of position appear to have failed on deaf ears. Or fell on deaf ears. Fallen, whatever. And as for this list, I am assuming these are materials for some manner of high-quality jointing component. A leather-bound frame to absorb engine vibration, yes? I'm sorely tempted to refuse this impertinent request, considering the trouble the young master has caused. But I am also intrigued. Here, take this promissory note and hand it to the supervisor at Falgord Float Crafting Facility. She will provide you with everything you require to craft Tataramu's component. Though I yet harbor some concerns, I will trust that Master Tataramu is content to work alongside his exile for now. Right, the crafting thing right next to it. Hello again, adventure. Come now, I can hardly hear you. I said hello again. A slip of parchment signed by Coulson agreeing upon the payment of a set price for material purchased. Oh my, this note is the seal of Highwind Skyways. Though I suppose it only stands to reason there are a few other organizations that could afford the items you're requesting. Here you are then. Everything is in order for you to begin crafting. Right, and now let's go to master recipes, no, special recipes, tribal quests, exalt. And then we need, look at all these things. Look at this stuff! Let's go and remember how I craft. Although it doesn't really matter that much. This is kind of easy to craft anyway. There we go. Easy peasy. Right. Back to the exalt. Meanwhile, in the exalt layer. Good day. Then, you were gone so long I was beginning to worry. Were you able to deliver my letter to Coulson? Here is this. Get a load of this. Yes, this is exactly what I had in mind. Jointing components like this one are almost impossible to obtain without the clout of a company like Highwind Skyways behind you. But with your expertly crafted component now in hand, we should have no trouble integrating my improved engine housing into the Desert Colon. I can already feel the bracing chill of the wind on my face, hear the cries of the birds, see the folk below rushing about like tiny... pray excuse my little flights of fancy. Terrible habit of mine. So, Lynn, I suppose you heard from old Coulson who I really am then? Yes, it's true. My father is the chairman of Highwind Skyways, the expansive airship service that links the great cities of Eorzea. Destined as I am to one day take the company's helm, people everywhere seek to curry my favor as they would some merchant prince. A pity then that my royal status does not excuse me from an unrelenting procession of dreary lessons at home. I'm forced to study mercantile practices, business strategies, all that I might maximize the profits of airship travel. But I have not the slightest interest in making coin. I've had enough of ledgers and lectures. Thus was I so reluctant to leave this little sanctuary. I want to design airships, not manage a fleet of them. I want to be valued not for my station or my purse, but for the skills I have labored to acquire. Mayhap you hear naught but the whining of a spoiled child, yet I swear to you I would renounce my inheritance in a twinkling if I could. Oh, for the wings of a wondrous airship to carry me further, faster and higher than ever before. That is my dream. That and naught else. Squawk, well, squawk. Well said that was. And mean nothing to us that the Ramu's wealth does. Better off smelting down coins and making nails, Cecil thinks. Thank you, Cecil. Seize this passion and let us estate you, you must. Construction of Desert Colon will take all that Ramu has and more. Chosen an easy path that Ramu has not. No, not easy, but always fair master crafting is. Great reward for great effort. Launch our vessel upon ocean of clouds we shall. Launch it towards the gates of Ayatlan, ready to fly you, Stutter Ramu, yes? Yes, sir. Right. Travel quest complete. Is there going to be another cutscene? Reputation up! Well, there's going to be like the cutscene of like, hey, there's progress on the ship. Wow. That is looking mighty fine indeed. Bird is the word. Okay, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode of just us playing Final Fantasy XIV. And next episode we are gonna go and continue the MSQ. Ooh. Goodbye.